Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Sophia Gross, and I am the head of policy partnerships and social impact here at Snap. I'm so excited to be with Mike and Nicole from Democracy Works and Givingly to talk more about the power of the Minis platform. And with that, I'll hand it over to Mike and Nicole to introduce themselves. Nicole, over to you.
Hi, my name is Nicole, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Givingly.
And my name is Mike Ward, and I'm the VP of Voter Engagement at Democracy Works.
Amazing. I'm so excited to talk to you both about how Minis has helped transform the way that your platforms are able to engage with the Snapchat generation. Mike, I'd love to take a step back and hear from you around the origin story of Democracy Works and more specifically TurboVote.
Yeah, happy to. First, I'd like to say that it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Excited to be talking about civics and all the wonderful things that can be done on the Snap Minis platform. Democracy Works is a 501c3 that exists in order to essentially upgrade our democracy. Seth Flaxman, our co-founder and CEO, when he was in graduate school, he realized he was missing some local elections, which was surprising to him because, when he turned 18, he was super engaged in all elections, locals included, and just came from a background of deep civic engagement. And he realized that he was missing local elections just because there wasn't a really automatic way that you could find out about civic engagement locally if you weren't in the place where you grew up. And so he went looking online for a tool that could help him stay engaged, and was surprised that he couldn't really find anything. And linked up with his classmate Katie Peters, who's his co-founder of Democracy Works, and they built TurboVote. And TurboVote is a web application that exists to help every eligible voter in the country successfully cast their ballot. If you need to register to vote, we can help out with that. If you want to vote by mail, we can help out with that. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any elections, you can receive notifications for every election that you're eligible to vote in. And yeah, since that time, we've had millions of people use our tech, and including tons of Snap users.
We love it. It's been so fun to be on this innovation of civic engagement together with TurboVote and the Democracy Works family. And we can't wait to see all that we'll continue to do together. Nicole, we'd love to hear a little bit more about the Givingly story and how you came up with the concept.
Yeah. So the idea really sparked from a moment when my husband and I were on the way to an event, and we realized we forgot the gift. And it was funny because we were in an Uber that we ordered from our phone. Felt like we could do everything from our phone, order groceries, book a stay, etc., but couldn't find a platform that I would actually want to use for sending a full package gift with a greeting and gift included. So we set out on this mission to build Givingly, and I would say the heart in it is all about making it as sentimental as a physical greeting and gift that comes from, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I receive a gift, I like to save it in my shoebox, and now you can do that with Givingly, hence, why I mentioned that first. But that's kind of how the idea came together.
I love it. And I love how much you're both speaking about the importance of this native to the internet experience at the core of both of your products. And on that note, I think that's exactly what we're trying to think through with how to make experiences native to Snapchat and native to mobile for this next generation. So with that, Mike, I'd love to know how you have viewed your success of Minis on the platform and really why you decided that Minis were something that you and the Democracy Works team were interested in exploring.
Yeah, it's a great question. So one of the things that we've learned in doing civic engagement work through various internet opportunities, I'll say, is that you are best positioned when you're meeting folks where they are already finding themselves engaged and with friends and other connections that they care about. So what is unique, unto Snap across all of the platforms that we're involved with, is that it's deeply built into the Snap platform, the Mini environment. And so it's really a natural way for Snap users to figure out, I do need to register to vote, or I didn't realize that there's an election coming up soon and I should be prepared for that. And just the amount of energy we've seen from this opportunity to engage with potential voters and current voters is spectacular, and we couldn't be happier what we're doing here together.
That makes me so happy to hear, and I know that both of our teams have had way too much fun brainstorming how you can make this democracy work for young people who've grown up being able to do anything they want on their phones except engage civically. The work continues, but the impact we've already driven together. Last cycle, we helped over 1.2 million Snapchatters register to vote through the Minis ecosystem. So we know we're just getting started and that we have a lot more work to do, which is super exciting. Nicole, I hear that you and the team had a very happy Valentine's Day. I'd love to know more about that activation and why you and the team viewed it as such a hit success.
Yeah, we did have a very, very happy Valentine's Day, especially because we were still semi-new to the platform. So Valentine's weekend, we had over 3 million people on the Givingly Mini. And from that, we saw millions of Givingly sent from Snapchatters all across the world, which was really cool for us to see because it was kind of like a validator that there are people across, all parts of this earth that want to stay connected in a meaningful way and share messages that are thoughtful and loving. And I mean, what better time to see that than on Valentine's Day?
I love that so much and very inspiring for my next Valentine's Day. So noted for next year. I also know that there is a very green element to the way that Givingly approaches their impact. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, more than ever before right now, people are really concerned about the environment and doing what's best. And what people don't really realize, and what I've gotten to learn when I started Givingly, is that about 2.5 million trees are cut down every single year for greetings. And also about 75 million pounds of plastic are wasted on gift cards every year. And that's just in the US alone. So for us to be able to combine the opportunity to send gifts and greetings all digitally, seamlessly from your phone without any waste involved is really awesome. So for example, just that Valentine's weekend alone, we saved about an equivalent to 72 tons of carbon emission that is caused from deforestation. And we're constantly thinking about how we can provide a great gifting solution for environmentally conscious users.
It's incredible. It's really so inspiring. Congratulations to you and the team. Not only are you making, greetings easier and more native to mobile for people, but you're also helping save the planet. So 2 birds, 1 stone, as I have learned to say. One thing that I was so excited about in moderating this panel, given my social impact portfolio, was learning more about how each of your organizations are striving to make impact in the community. And so I'd love to learn a little bit more about that. Mike, maybe we can start with you.
Yeah. So this year, 2021, you don't think of as a major election year, or Sophia, you might think of it as a major election year, because I think you and I kind of share.
Every year, Mike.
But, most folks might not think of it as a major election year. We think of it as a major election year. There are thousands of local elections happening across the country, and there's so much work to be done to set up every American for success to be voting in 2022 and beyond. And so what we are working on is a lot of research to figure out how to best engage folks around their locals and creating a norm for those who are using our platform that they just vote in every election that are eligible to vote in. And, that includes over, as you mentioned earlier, Sophia, over 1 million Snapchatters. And so if you can imagine this generation of Snapchatters turning up at their, fire district election or their dog catcher election, which is a rare thing, but it does happen in the United States. In every jurisdiction, but it has happened and does happen. But if you can imagine all of these Snapchatters showing up at these locals, as well as in federal elections, you could just imagine a sea change in terms of policy outcomes that are to the benefit of young people and people of all different stripes. So yeah, that's how we're thinking about sort of like the community impact element of our work together.
I love it. It's so inspiring. And since, elections are always on and our approach to civics here is always on, it's so incredible to have a partner with that same philosophy and recognizing how we can empower Snapchatters to make, a difference in their local communities, whether that's for dog catcher or president of the United States. Nicole, I would love to hear a little bit more about how you and the team think through your impact in the community.
Yeah, so we're still a pretty small team, but to be able to reach millions of people kind of made us realize, okay, we're onto something here, and we have to make sure we're doing this right. So we're always thinking about the messaging that's included with our greetings. We're constantly promoting our users to express vulnerably and genuinely through authentic communication. We're doing more and more to include greetings for all types of events all throughout the year, trying to include a diverse selection of artists and doing our best to kind of be that next spot for gifting and greeting from your phone.
So powerful. I think one thing that just remains so inspiring is the numbers we're talking about, right? Millions of human beings being impacted by the work that both of your teams are doing each day. Nicole, I know you mentioned this, but we know the teams are small that are working towards these initiatives. Can you just tell me what it feels like to see how far that impact and drive has really come? Knowing the behind the scenes, I'd love to hear what that feels like for both of you. Nicole, maybe we can start with you.
It's definitely very wild. Never in a million years did we think that we'd be reaching this many people, especially during this time. It's such a crazy time right now. And to be doing it in a way that, really means so much to us. And obviously it means a lot to me, but to the entire team, of bringing people together in a really sweet and authentic way that's kind of been missing in the last few years from digital. That's something that we're really excited about. And if anything, it just drives our passion to keep building. Yeah.
Amazing. And Mike, what about for you and the team?
Yeah, when I joined Democracy Works a little over 6 years ago, I think I was the 12th person on staff. And in preparation for the 2020 election, we hired up to over 80. So we are a small team, but yeah, I see that, Nicole. We are a small team relative to a lot of other companies, but it feels like we've really been able to staff up so that we have a robust suite of teams that are doing research and building product and connecting with voters and answering their questions one-on-one. And so we still consider ourselves small and nimble, but we certainly feel like we're a little beefed up compared to what we once were. And it feels good to be able to have all of these colleagues that are working together to live up to the responsibility of serving millions of voters and to continue to improve on our products for coming election cycles.
It really is incredible to see how much Democracy Works has helped not only normalize, but really help maintain status quo on the importance of corporate civic engagement. And I remember 6 years ago when we first started talking, we were like, is this a crazy idea? Should we be thinking this through? And it's amazing to watch the real movement that you have been so fundamental in inspiring with the team. So again, incredible to watch as a partner of yours over the last few years. And on that note, it's always fun to reflect on what we've done to date. But as we've both alluded to throughout the conversation, there's so much more to do, especially when it comes to innovating our democracy. What do you think is next for you and the team, especially as you got the chance to experiment with the Minis platform, try more bite-sized native to mobile platform experiences? How are you guys thinking about the innovation around Minis for the future?
Yeah, great question. We are really driven right now by targeting outreach to voter groups that have a harder time accessing the ballot, whether it's voters of color, disabled voters, young voters. And so we are going to continue to work with the Snap team to make sure that we are iterating on our Mini in a way that that helps all voters, but also is cognizant of the fact that not all voters face the same journey as they work to cast their ballot. So that is something that is of top of mind for us and a top priority. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of research this year about engaging in local elections. So that's another piece of what we'll be working on moving forward, making sure that, not only are we alerting folks to local elections, but doing it in a way that helps combat misinformation and, otherwise sets voters up for success in an environment that seems to be changing all the time when it comes to civic engagement. I'm happy to talk about more about what our plans are, but I'll pause there and see if it's if we should kick it over to Nicole and make sure that we are ending at a good time.
No, it's perfect. And I think that there's so much energy towards our democracy right now, and knowing that that has a future home as we think through innovation is so critical. So we are excited to be partners in that endeavor, as we know our approach to civics must be always on, and we're honored to partner with you guys in building towards that future. Nicole, would love to know how you and the team are thinking through the success of this year, especially as you mentioned during such a challenging time in history. What comes next? How are you thinking through continued innovation when it comes to the Minis platform and beyond?
Yeah, so we have tons in the works. Essentially at Givingly, there are a ton of things that we're working towards, and we're very excited about building the future of gifting for the next generation. I don't know if I can exactly talk about everything, but I can say a lot is coming. We look forward to growing with the Mini integration capabilities, as well as onboarding new artists from all types of backgrounds and all types of aesthetics when it comes to their designs. Like I mentioned earlier, we're also going to grow with the type of greetings that we offer and the type of special events we're going to be encouraging our users to celebrate, and just making it a lot easier to reach out to someone and express something that's a little difficult today. And yeah.
Well, I love that you both wanted to leave us with a tease for what's to come next. So we will stay tuned with excitement. And again, endless gratitude for you joining us on this journey of what the Minis platform can be as it relates to engaging this native to mobile next generation. So thank you for joining us today. I can't wait to see all we'll continue to do together, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.